Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Welcome to the end-to-end journey of email in the contact center. Let's begin with the pre-queue stage. Everything that happens before an incoming customer email is placed in the work queue. It starts with email origination. A customer sends an email through the company's support address, a web form, or even a CRM integrated portal. This is the very first step in the journey. Next comes system intake and filtering. The email server receives the message and passes it on to the contact center platform. At this stage, spam filters, virus scans, and authentication checks like DKIM, SPF, and DMARC are applied to ensure security and reliability. Then we move into categorization and prioritization. AI and natural language processing scan the subject line and body of the email to identify intent, for example, whether it's a billing issue, a technical query, or a complaint. The system applies auto-tagging and classification into categories or skill groups, while priority rules ensure that VIP customers, urgent complaints, or SLA-sensitive cases are flagged for fast-track handling. The impact of this stage is significant. Efficient pre-queue handling keeps emails safe, sorted, and properly directed, minimizing manual effort and setting the stage for faster, more accurate resolutions. Now let's move into the queue stage, the point where the customer's email is waiting to be assigned to an agent. It begins with queue placement. The email enters either a universal queue or a skill-based queue, depending on the type of request. Service level agreements, or SLAs, define maximum response times, such as 4 hours for high-priority cases or 24 hours for standard issues. Next is queue management. Workforce management systems balance the backlog and distribute workload across agents. Artificial intelligence further prioritizes emails based on urgency, sentiment, and customer value. During this stage, automated acknowledgements are sent to customers, messages like, "We've received your request, expect a response within 24 hours, providing assurance that their issue is being handled." Then we consider the customer wait experience. Even though email is an asynchronous channel, proactive updates, ticket numbers, or status notifications reassure customers. In some cases, VIP or urgent queries are fast-tracked to ensure faster responses. The impact of effective queue management is clear. It reduces backlog, prevents SLA breaches, and builds greater trust and confidence in the service experience. Finally, let's look at the post-queue stage, everything that happens once an agent starts working on the email until closure. It begins with agent engagement. The agent receives the email along with customer history, ticket details, and even AI-suggested responses. They draft and send a resolution, or if more details are needed, they follow up with the customer. For complex issues, escalation may be triggered to higher-tier support. Next comes after interaction work, or AIW. The agent logs resolution notes, categorizes the case, and updates the CRM system. They may also schedule next steps such as a callback, an escalation, or refund processing. Finally, we reach customer touchpoints. The customer receives a resolution email, often accompanied by survey links such as CSAT, NPS, or CES to capture immediate feedback. Behind the scenes, analytics are collected on turnaround time, resolution quality, compliance, and sentiment, all feeding into quality monitoring and performance dashboards. The impact of strong post-queue handling is clear. It ensures resolution accuracy, drives customer satisfaction, and generates the data needed for continuous, data-driven improvements. Let's begin with the pre-offered stage, everything that happens before an email is formally offered to an agent. It starts with email origination. A customer sends an email through the company's support address, a web form, or even a CRM portal. This is the first step in the journey. Next comes system intake and processing. The email server receives the message and validates it through spam filters and authentication checks. At this point, an automated acknowledgement is sent to the customer, a simple confirmation like, "We've received your request," setting the right expectations from the start. Then we move into classification and routing preparation. Artificial intelligence and natural language processing scan the subject and body of the email to identify the intent, whether it's a billing issue, a technical question, or a complaint. From there, auto-tagging, prioritization, and skill-based routing are applied. Urgent cases or VIP customers are flagged for fast-track handling. The impact of this stage is vital. Efficient pre-offered handling ensures clean intake, accurate classification, and smooth routing, setting the foundation for faster resolutions and better customer experiences. Now we move into the offered stage, the point at which the email is formally routed and presented to the right agent or skill group. It begins with queue distribution and assignment. The contact center platform assigns the email to the most suitable available agent or team. This assignment can follow different models, first in, first out, priority-based, or even AI-optimized for the fastest and most accurate handling. Next comes agent workspace delivery. The email appears in the agent's inbox, accompanied by pre-scanned details, the customer's profile, and their journey history. To support efficiency, AI provides suggested responses, templates, or relevant knowledge base articles. Finally, let's look at the customer experience. From the customer's perspective, this stage still feels like waiting. But in reality, the speed and accuracy of backend routing directly influence how quickly the customer receives a meaningful response. The impact of this stage is clear. Smart offering reduces SLA breaches, speeds up response times, and ultimately improves overall customer satisfaction. Finally, we move into the post-offered stage, everything that happens once the email is with the agent, through resolution and closure. It begins with agent-customer interaction. The agent reviews the case, drafts and sends a response, and if necessary, escalates the issue or requests additional details from the customer. Throughout this process, AI assists with tone, compliance, and accuracy, ensuring the message is both professional and effective. Next comes after interaction work, or AIW. Here, the agent logs resolution notes, applies disposition codes, and updates the CRM system. They may also schedule next steps such as follow-ups, refunds, or callbacks. Finally, we reach post-email customer touchpoints. The customer receives a resolution email, often accompanied by a CSAT, NPS, or CES survey for immediate feedback. They may also get a confirmation message showing case closure or status updates. In the background, analytics are captured, covering turnaround time, resolution quality, and customer sentiment. The impact of this stage is critical. Post-offered handling shapes the customer's final perception, delivers measurable outcomes, and fuels continuous improvement across the contact center. Let's now explore the pre-answered stage, everything that happens before an agent actually opens or responds to an email. It begins with email origination and intake. A customer sends an email through the support inbox, a web form, or a self-service portal. The contact center platform then receives the message, applying spam filters, virus scans, and authentication checks to ensure the email is legitimate and secure. Next comes the automated acknowledgement. The customer immediately receives a confirmation message such as, "We've received your request." This includes a reference or ticket number, along with SLA expectations, so the customer knows when to expect a reply. Finally, we move to classification and routing. Here, AI and natural language processing analyze the subject and body of the email to detect intent, whether it's a billing issue, a complaint, or a technical request. Prioritization rules are then applied, for example, flagging VIP customers, urgent cases, or high sentiment risks. The email is queued and prepared for the best fit agent to handle. The impact of this stage is significant. It sets clear expectations for the customer and ensures the right agent receives the right case quickly, laying the groundwork for an efficient and satisfying resolution. Next, we move into the answered stage, the active handling of the email, when an agent takes ownership and responds. It begins with agent engagement. The email is assigned and opened by the agent, complete with relevant customer context. To support efficiency and accuracy, the agent can review AI-suggested responses, templates, or knowledge base articles. Then comes the agent-customer interaction. The agent drafts and sends a resolution email, or, if more details are required, reaches back out to the customer. For complex cases, the issue may be escalated to higher-tier support. Throughout this stage, professional tone, empathy, and clarity are essential because, unlike a phone call, there is no voice, only written communication. The impact of this stage is critical. The quality and timeliness of the agent's response directly drive customer satisfaction, SLA compliance, and overall trust in the service experience. Finally, we come to the post-answered stage, everything that happens after the agent has responded to the customer's email. It begins with after-interaction work, or AIW. The agent logs resolution notes, applies the appropriate disposition codes, and updates the CRM or ticketing system. They also plan next steps where necessary, such as refunds, callbacks, or further follow-ups. Next, we look at the customer touchpoints. The customer receives the resolution email, often with a confirmation of closure. Embedded survey links, CSAT, NPS, or CES, are included to capture immediate feedback and measure satisfaction. Finally, we move to analytics and monitoring. Here, data such as turnaround time, resolution rates, compliance checks, and sentiment are analyzed. These insights feed into quality monitoring programs and drive continuous improvement. The impact of this stage is vital. It shapes the customer's final perception of service quality while providing valuable insights to optimize processes and elevate the overall customer experience. Let's now explore the pre-abandon stage, everything that happens before a customer abandons the email interaction. It starts with email origination and intake. The customer sends an email, expecting both acknowledgement and a timely response. The platform receives the message, applies filtering, and categorizes it for further handling. Next comes acknowledgement and SLA setting. If no automated acknowledgement is sent, the customer may feel ignored. And without clear SLA transparency, for example, a message like, "You will hear back within 24 hours, uncertainty begins to grow. Then we move into the queue and wait experience. The email enters the backlog, waiting for assignment. But if response times are too long or communication is unclear, customers quickly lose patience. Here lies the critical risk point. Poor pre-abandon handling, delays, no updates, or no ticket confirmation increases the likelihood that customers disengage before resolution, resulting in frustration and potential loss of trust. Now let's move into the abandoned stage. This is the point where the customer drops the call before they are ever connected to an agent. There are different types of abandonment to be aware of. Early abandonment happens when a customer hangs up quickly after entering the IVR queue. Abandonment occurs when the caller disconnects while waiting in line. And mid-process abandonment takes place when the customer drops off during self-service or authentication steps. Several contributing factors drive abandonment. Long wait times are the most common. A lack of callback or virtual hold options often leaves customers feeling trapped. Confusing IVR navigation, along with poorly timed or repetitive announcements, can also lead to frustration and disconnection. The impact of high abandonment is serious. It directly lowers customer satisfaction, increases SLA compliance risks, results in lost revenue opportunities, and can damage overall brand perception. Finally, we come to the post-abandon stage, the actions taken after a customer abandons an email, designed to rebuild trust and strengthen operations. It begins with customer recovery and follow-up. This may include sending a proactive apology email or a callback, offering the customer faster channels such as chat or phone, and giving priority handling to VIPs or escalated cases. Next is analytics and monitoring. Here, we measure the email abandon rate by comparing abandoned cases to total cases. We also track SLA compliance, backlog aging, and patterns of customers switching to other channels. Root cause analysis is key, uncovering issues such as understaffing, poor workforce management, or lack of automation. Then we focus on operational improvements. AI-assisted auto-replies can provide status updates, smarter workforce management helps reduce backlog during peak periods, and omni-channel integration ensures customers can switch channels seamlessly when needed. The impact of this stage is powerful. Effective post-abandon strategies can turn a negative experience into recovery, protect the brand's image, and drive operational efficiency. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.